It's been 2 days since Dortmund crashed out in absolutely agonizing and unfortunate fashion against Leverkusen. How do I feel? I mean, emotionally, I've moved on, but the pain still lingers and it's normalized a bit. But it still leaves a bitter aftertaste. But we move on and focus on the next fixtures, the upcoming fixtures, which include Hoffenheim at home on Saturday and Bodo Glimt on Wednesday in the Champions League. And these are two must-win games. I think, I was reading an article earlier today, and it said the Dortmund have a clear vision, and this is much of what I said towards the end of last video. Second in the Bundesliga and secure top 8 finish. There's no other reason why they can't and are not physically able to do that. They have the team, they have the capacity, they have the quality. Simple as that. The articles sort of was outlining how Dortmund are not in a position where they can allow themselves any hiccup, anything in that capacity whatsoever. So Dortmund, right through until the Christmas break, they need to get wins, and that even includes winning against Tottenham after the winter break. Now, I can allow and I can understand if we draw, if we lose to Inter Milan. I'm not saying we need to beat them, but we need to beat the opponents that are just as good, if not slightly bit better. It's going to come down to the day performance, and we need to be on top of our game in order to come out and reign supreme over those opponents. Additionally, the downside of us losing, and there are many downsides to us losing and crashing out of the DFB Pokal, means another year of no titles, nothing to show for, and it means another year of no titles for Nico Schlotterbeck, who, by the way, has consistently, since he joined us from Freiburg, been Dortmund's most accomplished, decorated, consistent players. I mean, you watch the games. If you watch the games, the performance he lays out on the pitch, he puts his heart and soul and body and leaves it all out there. And you cannot credit the man enough. He is so talented, so gifted, and by far the best centre-back in the Bundesliga. And there are no two ways about it, quite frankly. So that's unfortunate, because we understand that he's debating whether or not to extend his contract. We also understand that Zehu Guirassy, outside reports, suggest that he will leave Dortmund in the summer. So Dortmund are, in a turmoil. They need to just assure that they end the season on a subdued high note, finishing second. And look, if we can get to the quarters, or even if we can get to the semis, that is okay. I prefer the semis, obviously, because consistently and historically, we've represented Germany in a nice way in the Champions League, and we've done ourselves proud in that regard. So I want us to continue the trend. I need us to show more dominance at home. That's one thing we need to double down on. And then we attack the 2026-2027 season in different fashion. More clear-cut goals, a better identity. Kovac should remain our coach. I don't think the loss against Leverkusen was down to his tactics. It was more in-game management, in-game mismanagement, whatever you like to call it, and whatever you like to attribute it to. But quite frankly, we need to be looking at the future, bringing in more players, developing our youth system, because that has been lacking. And if it means splurging on one or two players, then by all means go for it, right? That's what we'll need. Perhaps that's one of the reasons our attacking output has been so lackluster lately. So, as I said, focus on a fresh start, finish the season off, and again, the toughest opponent we'll face will be internationally in the Bundesliga is Bayern, right? And we have no other reason. We can win all of our games apart from Bayern, and then we finish second. It's as simple as that. And that's not a very tough task. It's not a tough task, considering the players we have and how the players have gelled together quite nicely. Given the criticism and given the fact that there's been a lot of injuries and different sort of lineup changes and tweaks to that formation, the players have gelled together nicely, and that deserves praise. And Niko Kovac has done a good job in that regard. And so I believe that if we continue to build on that we will finish second. We can't allow ourselves to any hiccups. So that's what's kind of my sentiments, echoing my feelings sort of 2 days after the game. And I'll talk to you all after the Hoffenheim result.